Welcome back to Engage Virtual Range. I'm Cal Davis.
And I'm Chad Wilson. Today we're going to talk about two new offerings at Engage Virtual Range.
Before we get into those two offerings, we want to at least spend a second on why we train and why training is so important. Fundamentals of shooting in general, marksmanship is a skill. It's a perishable skill. To maintain that skill, we need to have frequency and recency. We want you to come in a lot. The more you shoot, the more you practice fundamentals of shooting, the better you're going to be. The more recent you had that training, the better your skills are going to be. So that's why it's important to come into Engage Virtual Range frequently and practice those fundamentals in our consistent professional environment. Our first course is EVR Shooting Basics. This course came to be as we listened to our customers come in who had never touched a firearm, had no experience around guns, and were intimidated. One of our tenets, why we built this business, was to take that barrier down, to offer people a place to come in, have the chance to learn the fundamentals of shooting in a safe environment, and quickly realized after having several people come in, multiple groups, there were lots of people that were interested but just felt that even in this environment there was still a barrier. Still felt like they didn't know enough, they weren't even comfortable here. So we worked on building a classroom that uses our technology. It's a classroom type of a setting and gives people a chance to come in and reserve a course, and they are in a classroom. They sit down, they get instruction from one of our professional instructors, then they get a chance to pick up the sim guns and practice each of the fundamentals that they just learned by standing up from their seated position, getting their hands on, practicing their stance, and then engaging the screen by taking several shots on the screen like you would in a simulation, and then practicing what they learned. This is geared towards, obviously, like I just said, new shooters, people that haven't picked up a firearm, haven't picked up a gun, have no idea of the different parts, the names. This class goes through the definitions. It goes through, just the basics. It's a compressed class, about 90 minutes long, but a ton of good information and some good hands-on practice. Youth, also, we had lots of parents that would come in and want to expose their kids to the shooting sports, but wanted to do it in a safe environment, a controlled environment, and didn't really have that knowledge themselves. And that's where we saw a place for us to fit in. We can bring the parent and the child in this classroom, and they're both there together, doing something together, learning together, and getting that safety, kind of that good, safe foundation. And then, of course, scouting organizations, youth organizations, this is the perfect chance to come in. It is structured, so it's not a free-for-all. It's come in and have a very clean format by one of our instructors, very safety conscious, a really good foundation for that. And again, it's a hybrid type of a class. You're not going to sit in this classroom for 90 minutes staring at the screen and listening to someone talk. You're going to stand up and be shooting one of our sim guns and have the instructor give you feedback and really get you a great start to shooting from a 90-minute class.
So what we heard from our customers were that they had been through the CCW process, and as you know, in the state of Ohio today, that's 6 hours in a classroom and 2 hours in a range. A lot of people have come out the other side of that and said that they didn't have the confidence to carry proficiently, and fortunately, many decide not to carry. Some decide to carry, but many of them feel that they didn't get enough of the training necessary to be able to carry with confidence. So the intent of this series is to obviously do just that and provide our customers with an opportunity to interact with scenarios, to do some marksmanship refresh skills, to do some marksmanship, to refresh their fundamentals of marksmanship if they've not touched a gun in some time. But most importantly, this series is designed to help our customers interact in high-stress scenarios where they can interact with the technology and make mistakes in an environment that is obviously forgiving. And so we're getting a lot of great feedback on this. We've just launched this just a couple of months ago, and the folks that have been through the process are telling us they've never seen training like this before. Within the Carry with Confidence is 4 parts to the series. The first part is an intro, and it is designed to be a refresher on fundamentals, but then get right into situational training using our scenario-based technology. In addition to that, we have a home and personal defense class, a vehicle defense, and lastly, public place defense. Each one of them is designed to give the student situational training geared under that particular heading. The format for our Carry with Confidence series is just like any other reservation. Reservations are made through our website and can be done at the date and time that's convenient for you. You will be paired with one of our professional instructors who will walk you through the process and be there as a training resource for you. These are designed to be 1 or 2 students at a time, so there gives us an opportunity to personalize the training, let you do it in a non-judgmental environment, and really accelerate the learning process. And reservations can be made directly through our website at www.engagevirtualrange.com. And when you go through the checkout process, just select the Carry with Confidence series. One important note is that this is a limited training series to those with their CCW.
Perfect. So what's up next? First, let's recap. At Engage Virtual Range, we've gone over the 2 courses that we have right now. The intro course, EVR Shooting Basics, is just that. I've never touched a gun, I've never held a gun, or I have, but I just don't feel comfortable. This will get you up and running, give you a really good, solid foundation into the shooting sports, marksmanship, and give you a chance to see what we're all about. The second course, like Chad said, is our Carry with Confidence. This is restricted content to those holding their CCW currently and available for the reservation, as Chad said. What's up next for us at Engage Virtual Range? We're working on content. Again, we are young and new and able to pivot and respond to what our customers are asking for. We've had customers in that are looking for something even more than kind of the intro and kind of our regular content, looking for a marksmanship type of a program, an advanced and an intermediate marksmanship. So looking at advancing the skills, the fundamentals of shooting are the fundamentals, the same for here or live fire. As people want to advance and improve their shooting, we can work on that here as well. So that course, we're looking at a self-defense and situational awareness training. This course would be geared towards executives, realtors, people that are in a high-risk type of an environment, usually with the thought around their workplace or their profession, but giving them the chance to come into this environment and work on their situational awareness. What's going on around me? What do I see? How do I act? How do I carry myself? And then if they are, a CCW carrier or armed as part of their, non-law enforcement profession, then work on, the skills that are needed to safely and reliably protect themselves should that need arise. And then we're also, we have content, and we have piloted and worked with a church safety team developing a house of worship training or church safety team type of training. These are, again, scenario-based. We've done scenario-based and marksmanship and drawing from conceal for this course, and that's what's, we've had great feedback. Like I said, we did 1 pilot and ran a group through, had great feedback, had a lot of chances for us to grow and learn, and like I said, kind of make this what it needs to be for them. And I believe we'll have an excellent offering for the house of worship kind of safety teams. Again, multidimensional, not just situational training, but also marksmanship and the fundamentals and carrying concealed and drawing from concealment, those types of things. So that's what's coming up next from the classes. So we've got our intro and our Carry with Confidence coming up soon, are the intermediate and advanced, the self-defense, situational awareness, and then we'll go from there. At Engage Virtual Range, we want you to stay engaged and stay safe.